Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Driven Wild. Today we are talking Jackrabbit Deliveries threatens me and deactivates me. Here's what happened. So the other day I did an off-peak catering run for Jackrabbit Deliveries, and while I wouldn't normally take an order during this time of the day, it's been a minute since I've done runs for them, so I took it even if I really didn't want to. But in this order, I ended up talking to an agent via text, and whoa, I did not expect them to threaten me like this. But the way this all went down this week, as in way after the order was already done, was insane. So in this video, we are talking about how Jackrabbit Deliveries threatened to cut my pay, what they said, what ezCater said versus how it actually is, and everything in between. But before we do that, let's go over a quick disclaimer. The content of this video does not contain, is never intended to be, legal, business, financial, tax, or health advice of any kind. This video is for entertainment purposes only. It is advised that you conduct your own research and consult qualified professionals before applying anything you find online. I also want to be clear that everything that we're going to be going over is very market to market and case by case, and what applies to me and my market may not apply to you. So with that said, let's get started. The order itself. So the other day I did an off-peak order for Jackrabbit Deliveries. It was a $25 order for less than 5 miles. I normally wouldn't take a catering order that low, but this was so off-peak at like 4:36 to pick up the order, and it kind of just made sense as an order, at least in my mind. The pickup was simple. It was from Raw Juice. In fact, picking up from these people actually made me want to do it more and make me want to work with them more because they were so ready for me, even though I was early, and they were really professional towards me. I was still early though, so I made sure to use the bathroom, wash my hands, and prepare for a slow ride to the drop-off. Again, still early, so I did what any responsible content creating gig worker would do and answered some comments for my YouTube channel before dropping it off so I wouldn't enter too early. And honestly, I have been grossly falling behind on my comment section. Regardless, while I was doing that, I received a questionable text message from Jackrabbit Deliveries. Support claps back. I have received messages from support when I've arrived early or if I run a little early saying, hey, can you please slow down or not complete the delivery within that time window? Totally understandable. If I'm running early and ezCater gets uppity about that, I try to help the dispatchers out in any way because this is supposed to be kind of like a team effort. Like, I'm supposed to get the order done. You're supposed to make sure all the systems are running right and supplying me with those orders. What this person said, I wouldn't tolerate though. If the order was marked completed earlier than the 10-minute window, they're cutting my pay in half. Excuse me? Look, I'm not gonna claim that I disagree that the order was running early, and I understand how they want to emphasize that, but threatening to cut my pay in half is unacceptable. I also love how they were like, please confirm that I received this message, because they are trying to have me consent to their conditions on paper, like I'm agreeing to this behavior. No, I do not consent to theft. So I clapped back with the allegations of Jackrabbit Delivery stealing tips and asked if ezCater was aware of the threats they have against their drivers. And I love how their response was such a cover your ass kind of response, denying the allegations, even though it was confirmed multiple times from multiple members of the RMDA. But if they get fined for that amount of the order, they could take it from us, which most of that is the tip, and we are supposed to receive 100% of those tips. Like, don't you just love how contradictory those disgusting freaks are? Contacting ezCater. Now, I am not a fan of being threatened by any company, let alone the CEO of some cartwheel app that can easily be replaced. There are so many gig apps that use Cartwheel as an app that I haven't signed up for simply because I can only have one Cartwheel company at a time. So what I did was I contacted ezCater ezCater via the CEO Nihad Ramen and asked if this behavior was acceptable and how I could verify that I've received the full tip. They claim they will look into this and also mention that they don't control base pay, but they mandate that the full tip and all applicable fees get passed on to the drivers, which is just BS, and I know for a fact that they don't do the latter. So I asked for the itemized receipts in that case, because if we're going to get the full amounts, we can verify this information, right? Like, if you're saying that you mandate that, we can verify it on our end. Nope, they won't show it to us. In fact, they said take it up with our delivery partners because that's the most truthful way we can get the information. How can you say that when multiple partners who have not only conducted behavior like this multiple times under your banner, but have also bragged about it online? Also, they're saying the most truthful information is coming from our delivery partners, which implies that ezCater is not providing truthful information. Now, I know this is all just bullshit and proves that they're just providing copy and paste responses and not providing real support, only to deflect the responsibility of the criminal behavior that is taking place on these platforms. But to be honest, I have always had problems with the support and how they do things, so I guess it shouldn't surprise me that they perpetuate and promote fraud on their platforms. The weird call. Another issue that I had this week that I thought I should mention is that I received a weird call from someone who identified themselves with what is most likely an alias, opening the call with, "Hey Joe, you pissed off the chef?" Like it was some kind of question he was asking me. Hey, you pissed off the chef? First off, how do you know my name and who the heck is the chef? I honestly shouldn't be surprised that whoever is in charge of the RMDA would refer to themselves as the chef, though. Again, Jackrabbit Deliveries has an organization behind it known as the RMDA, or the Restaurant Marketing Delivery Association. It shouldn't be surprising that they conduct fraud in this industry as well, especially since one of the companies under Jackrabbit is King Courier Services, a company known for boasting about tip theft. Yes, Tanner, I did hear about you, and you're a piece of work. I didn't confirm it was me, and they acted like they were Joe's friend after that, and they also wanted me to confirm that the phone number they were calling, that in their mind is not Joe's number anymore, which is so weird and just proves that they're trying to find any reason in the world to pick a fight with me. Like, we're gonna threaten me now? Also, I'm concerned about if I did confirm it was me, right? Like, if I did say, "Speaking, this is Joe," what were they going to say? What were they going to do? Like, should I be concerned for my well-being if they're gonna continue to hide behind aliases and subtle threats? I would say it's at least worth contacting the authorities on this subject. Deactivation? It really shouldn't surprise me after the threatening phone call and the texts that were less than supportive from ezCater and just the threats that I've received over text messages. But I tried logging into my account from Jackrabbit with the information they gave me, and apparently the credentials are invalid, meaning that they not only know I was right, but they wanted to retaliate against me as well, which I appreciate further evidence with wrongful termination and retaliation. How many charges is that at this point? How deep are we digging your grave? And on top of all of the other allegations as well. Hey guys, so after recording that video, it turns out at some part of the way, the back half of that video just totally went out, or just something like broke in itself, for a lack of a better way to put it. And the audio completely desynced from the video, which it's fine. Like, it's not like I can't just re-record it. So if this is a little jarring with a different level of energy going into this recording. But yeah, it really goes to show that these companies don't want intelligent drivers that know what they're doing and are going to do it as effectively as possible. They just want drivers to shut up and do the work, which is why they're setting up systems like this. So systematically, there's no real fighting back. Or better put, there's no fighting back specifically through them. Because if everyone can pass the blame to everyone else, then no one has to be accountable for when things go wrong. Or when someone does something illegal or questionable, such as stealing tips or threatening their drivers. And at that point, who takes all the damage for everything that took place? The idiot driver who doesn't have anybody to pass the buck on to the same way they would. Not like they would, but the fact that no one else is going to take responsibility and fix the inherent problem, that's an issue. Fighting back. As I'm saying, I am planning on fighting back against Jackrabbit, ezCater, and everyone else via the Federal Trade Commission, the Better Business Bureau, and the United States Department of Labor, because I'm not planning on lying down, and I'm working with ChatGPT to make perfect reports to take them down. But there are other things I'm working on as well, so that's not really my #1 priority. Bud Soda also gave me some awesome ideas as well, and I'll be reaching out to some other people about this to finally make some meaningful changes in the gig economy for the betterment of drivers. But one of those major changes would be drivers building their own DSP. I have the course in the description, so of course you always have that option as well. And it's about time that we brainstorm some ideas to hold these companies accountable and take the gig economy back for the better. Enough is enough with the nonsense. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, check out Wyld.com if you would like to learn more about the services and gig platforms that we have talked about in the past and are even offering to gig workers today. Also, if you want to stay on the cutting edge of what's happening in the gig economy today and to be in the know of what most people are talking about, make sure to check out our new channel, the Gone Wild Live Clips and Podcasts, where we take the live stream we hold on YouTube and Rumble and cut them down to more digestible clips and have them posted there. Also, check out my Patreon for more exclusive clips, full-length live stream replays, and other membership perks for self-employed individuals who want to grow and scale their business. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching.